For what value of x the two vectors alpha vector and beta vector are collinear, provided a vector and b vector are non-collinear vectors. Okay, let us begin. Now, since it's given here that the two vectors alpha vector and beta vector are collinear. If they are collinear, then for some scalar value, let's call it lambda, alpha vector must be equals to lambda times beta vector. Fine. Now let's substitute the value of lambda alpha vector with x minus 2 multiplied to a vector plus b vector. That will be equals to lambda times beta vector. So beta vector will be 3 plus 2x times a vector minus 2 times b vector. Now we have x minus 2 times a vector plus b vector equals to 3 lambda plus 2 times lambda x whole multiplied to a vector minus 2 times lambda b vector. Now what we'll do, we'll transpose these two terms on the right hand side to the left hand side and combine all the like terms to get x minus 2 minus 3 lambda minus 2 times lambda x. That will be multiplied to the vector a added to b vector plus 2 times lambda. So let's take b vector as the common factor. We will get 1 plus 2 times lambda multiplied to b vector. Now this will be equals to a null vector because we are adding two vectors on the left hand side. So that means on the right hand side we also must get a vector. But since nothing is present, it's going to be simply the null vector. Now it's given here that a vector and b vector are non-collinear vectors. Now here in this particular equation, if a vector and b vector are non-collinear, that could mean only one thing. That would mean that this implies that x minus 2 minus 3 lambda minus 2 times lambda x, this is the coefficient of a vector, this must be equals to 0, and 1 plus 2 times lambda, this must be equals to 0 as well. But that's a theorem. Now solving for lambda, we get lambda equals to negative 1/2. We're going to substitute this lambda back into this equation. So this is going to give us x minus 2 minus the negative 3 times negative half will be positive 3 over 2. Then we have negative 2 times negative half, so that will be positive 1. So we have x added to it. So this will be equals to 0. So x plus x, that will be 2x. That will be equals to 2 minus 3 over 2. So that's going to give us 1 over 2. And solving for x, we get x equals to 1 over 4. So this is going to be the value of x. So x is going to be 1 over 4 such that the two vectors alpha vector and b vector are collinear, provided a and b are non-collinear vectors.